How's it going, guys? This should be the last map, and then I will get to level 100, and I'll take you along with me, show you what I've been doing in these maps. So there's going to be guaranteed at least 2 abysses, there's going to be a shrine, and this one came with a delirium. I'm going to skip the delirium because that kind of changes things. Because if I pop the delirium, my goal is then pop the abysses. But what I normally do in these maps is I've been skipping the abysses until I clear the map. That is because I'm looking for these shrines. Now, I can deal with almost everything on these, except for, like, I don't want to do the minus resistances and damage and whatnot. So I'm looking for the shrines and trying to boost quantity and rarity before I jump into the abyss, if possible. Don't want anything from that one, because the abysses spawn so many rare enemies. Playing an SSF, that's been kind of my solution to the, like, magic find color. Like, I'm just looking, well, it's still not getting anything good out of this. Just trying to find those, like, little bits of extra quant rarity to get the most out of things as I can. And this map is after the most recent patch that lowered the HP of Beyond monsters, which I have Beyond in this map. Before the patch, Beyond, they were really tanky, and it would sometimes take a while to get through some of the Beyond stuff. Now, after the patch, I don't even see them. Like, they just instantly die. Like, I knew their HP needed to be changed a bit, but I think they kind of went a little bit too far with it. Like 25 or 30% probably would have been the sweet spot. 50% HP nerf on them seems a little bit excessive, but it's not my call to make either, so we'll take advantage of it while we can. Getting some extra, like, tainted currency. Mirror tablet. Oh, this is a new one. Okay, we need to remove this. I'm gonna put this here. Remove a storm. Remove brutality. Skip this one. Reroll. Move entrance to probably here. And if I move this piece down, I have a decent lake. If I find my shrine is a covetous shrine as well, then I'll jump into the abyss. Here's my shrine, it's not. So, nothing super great out of this map. Oh, you're so tanky. There we go. The map's pretty much cleared, and I still got my 2 abysses. So they're gonna spawn Beyond stuff too. But yeah, a lot of my, like, big, like, drops that are, like, rewards of any kind come from the abyss. Just, like, normal maps just, like, kind of don't do it. Hey! I haven't seen one of those in so long. I really like this chest piece. It's the first one I've seen since they stopped dropping off of the Conquerors. It's called the Crystal Tower something. It gives you, like, mana as extra energy shield. And you take chaos damage from your mana. Something along those lines. Well, the map is not going to do it. How much more we need? Oh, okay. We'll get it. And this one's got a boss in it. I've been skipping those. Ivory Tower. So you gain ES per reserved life. And chaos damage taken from mana. With a bunch of ES regen. Very cool chest to build around. Okay. Lots of level 87 stuff in here. There it is. Boom. Level 100. I don't need anything else out of here, so we're gonna go just dip out once this guy dies. There we go. Mission accomplished. This one felt a whole lot more grindy than last league. Last league, we had the Sentinels to really like boost XP farming. And yeah, I haven't run my lakes yet. I'm still piling these up. Actually, Grimro just released a video going through 50 lakes, going over rewards he got. I don't know why he did that video before this patch came, because we're supposed to get more reflections out of it. So like, I've been making pretty decent lakes. I've been getting better at it, trying to get some decent rewards out of these. So it's probably going to be my next video, is going through this. This is the one with my mirrored thing. I'll show that off in the video too. But yeah, I've been making some pretty solid lakes. I'll probably pull the ones out of here that aren't as good, like this, from the beginning of the things. Some of them just don't work out as well. So yeah, my first ones definitely aren't as good as some of the later ones I've been making. But that's probably what's coming next. Then I'm going to level a Cleave Berserker. I think that's next on the menu. And I've got this mess to clean up now, so I'm going to sort through this real quick and we'll look at what we've found so far. Alright, so after going through all of my 7 quad tabs that were near full to bursting, I kept a full inventory of stuff plus like 7 items. That's it. So it took me about 2 hours to like trade all the stuff. Like, I click and hold this. These are all the trades that I had to do after identifying everything. Took a while. And none of this stuff is amazing. Like, I kept things that might have some kind of potential use, like maybe. Like this ring has 28 rarity prefix on it. Only reason I kept it. Like, I probably just vendor that. Like, this helmet, it's not amazing. It's got an open prefix, has decent life, has int on a armor base. Cool, we keep it. This one has good life and int. I get 2 mods of the 6. And I'm thinking, oh, that's a good item off the ground. Pretty yikes, honestly. Like, this one's got T1 life, some crit multi, accuracy, not great damage, life on an unset ring. So it's just little stuff like that. It was like, oh, here's 13% attack speed for one-handed swords with some rarity on a jewel that will probably start collecting rust in my stash. Like, most of the stuff probably isn't getting used. Like, this one was okay. You got some cast speed, life, mana, both T1. On a deck space, that's good for mana stuff, but that gets outclassed easily by like something more specific. I don't know, like there's nothing that came out of here that's in my inventory. It's great. I was keeping things like, oh, this rolled +1 fire gems. Like, the only reason I am holding on to it. So this stuff might be usable at some point. Oh, I'm gonna go 3 white socket, tornado 1. That's the stuff that I have stored in the stash tab. So like, maybe this could be useful in a miracle scenario that I don't just start using fossils on stuff and whatnot. There were two really good items, I'll say, from this lot of 7 full quad tabs. A lot of it was jewelry and jewels, and I was only picking up like T1 bases that were rolled 50% or higher on the base, so I wasn't picking up as much other stuff. And like helmet, chest armors, boots, gloves, you have more control over rolling those with the Eldritch currency and stuff. There's more you can do, and they're easier to roll in most cases than jewelry. But we got a T1 life with triple res on a Jade Amulet, 2 open prefixes. This has T1 lightning, T2 cold with T1 cold resistance. This needs a prefix to suffix to remove the evasion rating, and then maybe this could be usable. But I mean, my amulet's got T1 life and crit multi, and I did pick this up off the ground as well. It was on a Jade amulet, and I just converted it to 3 Hands Talisman, which not what I was hoping for, but I also picked these boots up off the ground. I'm using these. Like, everything else on my character is unique, or I crafted it. Like this belt, I spammed attack rerolls from Harvest to get it. I think this was like life rerolls from Harvest, and I got this. Same with this. Same with this. Actually, maybe I did attack rerolls on this to get it. And then essences for my claw. It's almost like really, like if I'm really being honest, like I played into what was going on in this league. You're dropping massive stacks of jewelry, you're dropping massive stacks of jewels. I picked it up. I looked at it, and I feel like I just wasted a lot of time. And I didn't get much from it. Yeah, I do get some fancy things from time to time. I pulled this off the ground. So sometimes you like get a miracle scenario, but most times it's just kind of like, nah, maybe, who knows, like not really worth. But also out of there, these are all item level 86 or higher Abyss Jewels, and these are all like 87 or higher Stygian Vises. So I farmed a lot of Abyss. I'm setting up Exalted Shard recipes because my Exalts won't drop. I do have 5, but I have 20 Divines. On the league so far, I've dropped 14 Exalts and 27 Divines. Now, I've had to use some Exalts to craft this on here. The attack speed on this. I used an Exalt for this increased damage. I used an Exalt for the Fizz Sake and Aspire. And like, I don't know. With 5 Exalts sitting here, I don't feel like I just start throwing Exalts at stuff. I thought that's what we'd be doing. I thought I'd be able to take some of this junk that I got, and it's like, oh, this is missing a mod. Let me throw an Exalt at it. But they're still not common enough to do that, even though the price has gone way down in Trade League. Like in SSF, I'm not getting enough Exalts for like me to like really kind of use on stuff. Like I'm better off just crafting my own stuff. Like these are all the fractured items that I pulled out of there. Like that's like I got more than an inventory of decent fractured items. Quiver, T1 cold, T1 fire on a Satis Garb that is max rolled on the base. T3 cast speed on a scepter, block chance on a spike shield, probably not the best, but spell suppression on gloves, cast speed on a scepter, cold dot on a staff, int on a convoking wand. I don't know if that's useful, but T1 crit chance on a wand, life regen, T3 lightning on an unset, mind damage, all res on jewels, movement speed, and this one's crazy. Amber amulet with fractured 35 all res. That's nutty. So, and then I look at this stuff and it's like, oh, well, maybe I can do something with this and it might be worth trying to craft something on that. It's like, why are we like dropping all of these rare items and calling it rewards? Because it's just not. It really isn't. Like it. I have 2,451 alterations because I just vendored all that crap. For real. It's pretty nuts. Anyways, let's jump to the special stuff that I pulled aside. So these things I pulled aside previously, so I had a couple other fractured things. This dropped like this. Fractured T1 Ellie with attacks came with T1 flat lightning on a ring. Like that's crazy. I got T3 attack speed on a Corsair sword and T1 chaos res on Mind Cage. We can add those to fractured stuff. Alright, gems. I got a level 21 Restoration, 2120 Ensnaring Arrow, 21 Exsanguinate, 21 Riposte, and 2120 Earthbreaker. A couple of these came from, like, I've been running some of the more garbage lakes that I get. Like this one that was sitting up here. Like some of these I'll just run because I know they're not going to be worth for the like big 50 grind. So I think a couple of them came from that. I'm expecting a lot of gems to come from that. But I got a second Paradoxica that rolled with attack speed and fizz. This one has Dex and attack speed with fizz and blind. This one's got the blood rage attack speed with poison. I went ahead and qualityed these up. These will probably find some use in the not too distant future. Cluster Jewels. I finally got a Claw Cluster Jewel as 10 passives. Not great. I got 2 8 passive Cold Jewels. I got another Barracks Ring, but it's not another set for the taming yet. It's still crazy to me that I've gotten 3 respites. So, other stuff here. I ran a pure Cheula, converted an Esh Breachstone, I think, into Cheula, and then I upgraded it to pure, so I ran that. Good XP out of that. So I got the Green Dream. I can upgrade that, but if I get the Amulet, I'd probably use the Blessing on an Amulet. I got Wrathpith Globe. I've heard some whispers about this being used for something crazy, so held on to that. That's kind of a rare thing. And a Hyper Boreas. So from all of the Betrayal that I've ran, and this is what my Syndicate board looks like, because I have not run Katarina once. I just worked up lines to get more Betrayal members to show up in my maps to get more XP. But I got 1 belt, I got 2 bows, and I got 4 Paradoxicas from all of those. So I got a Cold Iron Point. I got a Divinarius that is like 3 off on the crit multi max rolled. It's max rolled in spell damage, max rolled in the crit trance, 3 off on the multi. Very nice there. I got a pair of these Comb Spirit Gloves, with the Ziz Gloves with the Rage Regen. Very cool. I finally got myself an Andvarius, though it is not well rolled. I got a Empower that I've leveled since my last video. Level 3, and still level 3. Got a Self-Flagellation. I dropped a Sacred Orb. I got another Rain of Splinters, and it was worse than the first one. And then I have 2 Venter's Gambles. I'm going to identify 10% reduced quantity with increased rarity in life. Okay, quant rarity. I mean, both of those kind of missed. I don't think they're worth my divines. And yeah, all the way from level 99 to 100, I got this. No, it wasn't that. It was another one of the Kirak. Take the Form of Harbingers. Like, this was the only memory I got all the way from 99 to 100. I don't know. I feel like these things should drop more, but I also haven't been using them because I've been leveling. So, there is all of that stuff. So, like I mentioned earlier, what's coming next for me is I want to run these lakes. That's gonna be the next video, is I'm gonna run these lakes. But then we're leveling Cleave. So we'll get a video of leveling Cleave. Then we're gonna test out Rigwald's Command plus Rigwald's Savagery with the Bear's Girdle. So with that we get an extra 45 to max rage, and see if we can do enough bleed damage with a Cleave. So yeah, that's the plan. This sword's also fairly well rolled. I don't have a great roll of the axe, but it's also not terrible. So yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. We got an Impresence for that. Got 2 Hemophilias, so we'll be able to like bleed and explode stuff. Maybe something we can mess around with Comb Spirit in there. And then once we figure out that that's bad and not really savable, then we'll probably switch into Cleave with one of the Paradoxicas with the Savior, and have Reflections running around Cleave and stuff, which that'll probably work out much better, I would imagine. especially since I got good Paradoxicas. Rage giving Flat Fizz from the gym will help scale Paradoxical really well. I think that the end goal on the build will work out very nicely, but that is what is coming. And that's all I've got for today. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, as it really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks to the heart icon just below the video, or by joining to become a member. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.